to the Next Level Podcast. Yo, what is up, everybody? Welcome to Season 3, Episode 1.
Season 3.
That's
baby.
right, baby.
Let's get it.
We're
Long
in
time
Season
no see.
3.
What's happening?
Sheesh. We've been going at this for a while now, dude.
Back in the mix like pancakes.
Back in the mix like pancakes.
Good to be
That's
back. Good to be
right.
back.
That's right. We talking about Tailwind and Headwinds today, baby.
Yeah, market update. What's going on out there?
What's going on? What's going on?
A lot of ruckus out there.
A lot of ruckus. We're going to talk about a hot debate. It's sizzling hot.
Sizzling, baby.
We're talking about the presidential election, baby. So why are we talking about the presidential election?
Yeah,
why does it matter to us?
Why does it matter?
Yeah, why it matter?
I don't know. You guys tell me. Does it matter to you?
Oh, it matters to real estate. That's why we're talking about it.
Well, I think it really doesn't matter that much to real estate specifically. I think people get. I think it's a distraction for most people.
I see. The reason why I think the presidential election affects the real estate market is because people, for some reason, I've noticed, they slow down. They they think about things a lot more. Like, they don't just buy a house. They're like, wait a minute, who's gonna be president, and that'll dictate whether I'm gonna keep my house, whether I'm gonna sell it, or whether I'm gonna go and buy a house in this area or in that area. And I think it usually has to do with because there are certain presidents that are, or certain candidates that are trying to, they're trying to push their agendas or their plans, and some people might not agree, and they believe that it'll affect where they live. And because of that, they're like, well, let me hold on, see who's going to be president, and then from there, I'll be able to tell if I'm good to stay where I'm at, or if I'm good to buy, or if I got to wait or something.
I mean, it makes sense. I see the point in somebody, but I think you probably wouldn't see changes for many, many months, if not years. When bills get passed or when agendas get put into place, you don't see the ramifications probably for many months or years. So, some presidents put in a policy and it doesn't even get actually put in place till after they're out of the office. So, I think it's more the distraction because people mentally they're like, well, I got to see who is going to be in presidency to see where I'm going to move, or maybe I should sell my house now because there's a lot of conspiracies out there.
Absolutely. For example, I have somebody who's like, if there's going to be a Democrat president, I'm going to have to move over here to this state. And then I got other people on the same other side. If I'm going to have a Republican, I'm out of here, dude.
Yeah.
I'm out of here. I'm leaving.
I don't want to live by the border anymore because whatever side of the table you're on, they're going to have their point of view. And so I agree with that. In that essence, it does affect because it's the mentality of buyers and sellers.
Yeah,
Also,
we've had a lot of conversations on the acquisition side with sellers that are like, I'll sell. I'm going to see what happens with the debate with the election first, and then I'll decide. And it's always, it like Anthony said, it's a distraction. I mean, things typically don't change drastically from an election, but interest rates have dropped a little bit.
Yeah,
that's good.
Interest rates have dropped. That's not that's handled by, that's not politically influenced, supposedly. It's supposed to be separate from politics, but I think where you see that it's going to affect, because people are, they do say, hey, I'm going to put my decision on pause. And then we talked about this too, is possibly we have a lot of winter visitors in our area. And so maybe you don't see the migration of them coming down because they're going to sit, they're going to wait to vote.
Exactly. Yeah. Like that affects what? Days on market. It affects when you should have your properties ready. Investors who purchase mobile homes. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. That's what I'm talking about. You know what I mean? Yeah, it's exactly. So it's like you got to think about it a lot harder. And then if you're going to be purchasing a property where you're going to be paying holding costs, well, now you got to calculate, like, who is my buyer? Do I have to wait for my buyer to get here?
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think to go to that effect, I mean, I think those are market environments that we cannot change or we can't control.
Exactly.
So we can't control a presidential debate, and we can't control what people are thinking, what the media puts out there. We can't control that. Just like we can't control the seasonality. It is what it is. It's where we live. We have a lot of agriculture that comes into Yuma. We got a lot of winter visitors that come into Yuma because our weather changes. And then even the locals, I mean, that affects, it's like a trickle down effect. It's like people are spending money because you got winter visitors here, you got agriculture, you got people working more hours. And so then the restaurants fill up and the hotels fill up. And so the rentals are at max capacity. So it's putting money in everybody's pocket. So people are able to, feel a little bit better about themselves.
Yep.
Jobs are created. And so homes are able to be purchased. Things will be able to be consumed.
Yeah. You make a great point.
And so I think the seasonality, I think the market environments is what we're talking about.
Absolutely.
Yeah. But the election's interesting because it only happens every 4 years. And I was just at a conference and they said, we tend to see, they went back like 30 years the election cycle, that November, you typically see like a 17, I think they calculated was 17% drop in sales for the month of November.
Wow.
But
that's interesting.
Yeah, but it talked about a delayed sale, like being delayed. The purchase still will be made, so you see an increase in like December and January for those 17% that held off on their purchase in November.
I see.
So it still came, but it boosted the numbers in December and January.
Yeah.
So interesting, right?
That is very interesting.
So they kind of related it to being like either you're in the market, like say Apple, you're going to buy an iPad. Say you sell iPads, your Best Buy or whatever, and say you're McDonald's. Well, you're going to go eat at McDonald's tomorrow, but say there's a hurricane coming into your city. So you have your Best Buy, you're selling iPads, and you have your McDonald's, and you're selling food.
Why not Taco Bell?
It could be Taco Bell. It could be okay, let's do Taco Bell. So Felix, you're going to come into Taco Bell.
Yep.
And you're going to eat tomorrow, right?
I'm blow it up, yeah.
Blow it up. But there's a hurricane coming. So Taco Bell's like, you know what? We're shutting the doors because, our employees need to be safe. There's not going to be anybody on the streets.
No Taco Bell.
No Taco Bell, man.
No Taco Bell. So, oh man, Bridges is on fire today.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
So you decided to eat at home. You're still going to eat, right?
Yeah.
But you're going to eat at home.
Chipotle still open?
Yeah,
Chipotle.
It's all closed. All the restaurants are closed.
All right.
So you're still going to eat, but you're just going to eat at home. So all those restaurants, they're going to lose revenue.
Yeah, they are.
But you've already consumed your food now.
Mm-hmm.
So the hurricane blows through, and you've already eaten, right?
Yep.
So if you're the iPad seller, you're Apple or you're Best Buy, you want to buy an iPad, but you're going to go out and you're like, hey, tomorrow I'm going to go buy an iPad. Oh, shoot, but the hurricane's coming.
Yep.
You still don't have your iPad, even when the hurricane comes and goes. So it's delayed. It's just delayed. You're still going to have that revenue. You're just not going to see it on Wednesday. You're going to see it on Thursday after the hurricane passes.
I see what you mean.
Got your iPad.
You got inventory that can't be just made.
Right. So
I think you hit the wrong button, bro.
I'm gonna boo. Can we get a boo buzzer for him? So
people don't want to wait for their products.
Yeah, they don't.
Yeah,
so
we don't.
You should have bought the iPad earlier so you can enjoy it. And it could be the same thing with the house. Maybe you should buy right now, enjoy it at a lower price, because we're seeing properties stay on the market for longer. We're seeing, whatever that is affecting the days on market, the amount of buyers that are out, whatever's affecting that right now. It could be interest rates. It could be the election. It could be seasonality. You got to take advantage of it. So as a buyer, maybe as an investor, you're buying properties, maybe properties that are sitting there on the market, and the buyer, you make an offer, and the buyer's like, or the seller's like, you know what? I've had it on the market. I'm tired of it. I better sell. I'll take your lower offer.
Yeah, opportunity.
So it's an opportunity. So as a seller, are you putting your house on the market now? Maybe you're going through the mind of, you're hearing podcasts like this and you're like, well, shoot, they're saying it's going to be a little slower. So maybe I don't put my house on the market in November. Because what happens if you put your house in, there's
Bro, people check out, man. It's November. We got first of all, it's October right now. We're going to have Halloween, and that's the whole week. Halloween isn't just that 31st. It's that whole week leading up to the 31st. That's okay. Halloween. And then you got November, which we have Thanksgiving. you got to go make sure you buy your ham, your turkeys, your Hawaiian rolls. You got to make sure you get everything. Because you can't wait till last
Felix
minute.
is getting excited.
You want to go to the
Hawaiian rolls are
farm
great.
to go get your turkey. You got to go to the farm, get the turkey.
Gotta get that boy.
And then it's December.
Yep.
October and November, you were doing stuff for December, looking for gifts for everybody. Like, oh, you know what? I got a budget. I got to make sure I find something no more than $20 and this and that. You know, exactly. So it's like everybody's way too busy with the holidays and trying to figure out stuff. And it's very stressful. A lot of people died during these months.
A lot of people die. Oh,
Yeah, man, it's crazy.
super.
Yeah.
We just went dark on that, but yeah, Felix.
Yeah.
Felix went from selling houses to selling
Stressful,
funeral
bro.
beds.
But I'm trying to give you an idea why things really slow down and
Yeah.
things just don't happen. People spend a lot of money that they don't end up having, and then they struggle January and February. Like if you have buy and hold properties and you put up a rental in January, more than likely you're not going to find a tenant until February.
Yeah, no, that's a good point. I mean, rentals are that's a great point. So people aren't moving during holidays. They want to be situated, they want to be settled. They typically, if they have a lease that ends in December, they're typically gonna ask the tenant, the landlord, hey, can I postpone or can I do a month to month till
Month to
January,
month.
February?
Yep.
And what's the landlord going to say? Absolutely, because what's the
secure.
likelihood of them finding another renter, like Felix said?
Exactly.
So those are good points. I mean, so we just accumulate and maybe just add up all those things as distractions. It doesn't have to be the stress. It could be just having fun. People going on vacation, seeing family, enjoying themselves, holiday parties, end of the year parties. They may be getting bonuses.
Yep.
And so that's fun, but it's just stuff that kind of distracts them. And that's just the reality of the situation. There's nothing you can control about that. So what do you do as an investor? Maybe you load up on properties because you can buy them at a less expensive price and you start working on them
Yep.
and getting them ready.
Yeah, timing as a flipper, timing's super important. Like we've talked about, I think in previous podcasts, if you buy a property at the end of the snowbird season, it's a 55 plus. Keep in mind that you're gonna have to hold it probably for the summer, and then your buyer's gonna come back into town, especially in a market like Yuma. So timing as an investor, you really have to time things.
And and to that point, I mean, it's something that you really have to think about because you're like, well, do properties sell in the summer in 55 plus? I would say yes,
Yeah.
but at the rate that you'd like, you'd have to say no.
No.
So, it's just a decision that you individually have to make as an investor. Do you want to do that? Do you want to hold on to it? Do you have the ability? Are you paying cash? Are you having to play a holding cost? Is it such a good deal that you still do it and you still, hey, I'll take the chance for the holding cost because I'm still making, maybe said, oh, I'm going to make X amount of dollars, but I'm willing to take, 5 months of holding costs because I'm making such a good deal on this.
Right.
And so it's a business decision, but those are things that you have to think about as an investor to make an informed, I'm going to have my money wrapped up. I can't do another flip.
Mm-hmm.
But is it, maybe I buy another property, maybe I hold off on that purchase, buy another property that's not a 55 over that I can turn and then do another one. Or maybe say like, I'm okay. I only need to do 2 more flips this year, whatever your goal is. So I'll do this one. I'll take it easy. It's such a good deal. Easy flip. It's not going to take a lot of my time and resources, just time waiting. And so those are all things that we see our individual clients, our individual investors that we work with, that we talk to, that we rub elbows with, that they're thinking about. And so if you're new to the space, or you're new to flipping houses, or you're new to buying rentals, Felix made a great point on rentals. I mean, typically December, January is not a good time to look for a renter. And so usually those are like right now, before the holidays, people are locking them up. You get companies, people coming in for the seasonal to work, for the hospital as a traveling nurse or to work in the fields. They're looking to lock those up now for the next 5 to 6 months.
Exactly. That's exactly what they're doing.
So I think presidential debates, we didn't talk about weather. I mean, right now, not in our area. Oh, we got heat. I mean, mentally,
Caliente, bruh.
a lot of people are like, hey, I don't want to go see houses in 110-degree weather.
Yeah, man. Who wants to do that?
Yeah, they're just, unless they're forced to move.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's
The foot
hot.
traffic in the summertime is a lot less than the spring and the winter.
Yeah, I mean, you see it in the streets. As soon as it cools down, what do you see?
boom, everybody's moving.
Yeah, people are out.
Who wants to load up a U-Haul in the summer heat, man?
Yeah, we've
It's
done
not
it.
ideal, right?
Yeah, you're probably gonna.
And
pass
so,
out.
like, you talk about hurricanes or weather-related events.
Mhm.
I mean, think about Florida this time of year.
What's going on in Florida?
I mean, they've had they had a major hurricane 2 weeks ago.
Dang,
I forget the name of it.
Helena, something like that.
No,
Harrison.
Harrison. No,
Yeah, I forget. I think
they're
Helena's on its way.
alphabetical, so you can't go Harrison, Helena.
Helena.
They go G8, whatever it was. It just blew through Florida, and then here comes another one. I mean, they're like 2 to 4 weeks because they're once the hurricane's coming, everything's shutting down. They're telling people leave, and then once it hits, then you have to do all the reconstruction.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, think about the effect that it has on that economy and that housing market.
Yeah.
So you think people want to move into Florida right now?
Nah.
No, they're like rethinking that decision.
Yeah.
When is the hurricane gonna end?
When does it end?
Yeah.
Hurricane season?
Yeah. How long does that last?
I think it goes from like May to November.
Ooh.
Mm.
Dang.
Small window there.
Yeah, so, but it started late this year. But, I mean, you think about those people. I got some friends in that area, and they've never seen nothing, they just moved there. And they're like, wow, this is crazy. He said, I moved to Tampa Bay. They said that Tampa Bay is like the one part of Florida that doesn't usually get hit. And then back to back, like within a month, you get 2 big major hurricanes.
Freak, man. That's crazy.
Yeah, so those are things that they got to think about.
Yeah.
We don't have to worry about that.
Things shut down over there because of that.
Right. So it affects the market. So all those, like you said, tailwinds or headwinds, those are headwinds. And then what could be a tailwind? Something that
what
helps
is a
it.
tailwind? Oh, something that helps you push forward, makes the work easier.
Yeah, so we think about a drop in interest rates. That would be something that helps.
Yep.
Maybe all these visitors coming back, all these agriculture, the seasonality, that helps. So we're getting a tailwind right now, right? Within a couple weeks.
Yeah, we are.
And who would they be?
The winter visitors, man.
Yeah. Start buying stuff.
I kind of miss them. I can't believe I'm saying that. Yeah, winter visitors.
Yeah. Yeah,
Go buy
they
our
help the
properties.
economy. Yeah, they helped our economy.
They do.
1000%.
I mean, you're talking about going from like 100 and let's just say a little less than 150,000 people to 250,000 people.
Mm-hmm.
So no doubt that's a tailwind that we
No
get.
doubt.
It slows down in the real estate market in other regions when
It
it gets
does.
cold, snow,
Yep.
weather stuff. But with us, our winters, they're summer. So we really, we kind of pick up
Yep. We do.
where it
The
slows.
best time here during
Yeah.
this season.
Yeah, it's a good time.
End of November.
And we love the weather.
Have all the windows open, turn the AC off.
Oh, we're looking forward to that. But
Yeah.
it's been brutal the last couple weeks.
Dude, I had a bill one time come in almost at $500.
Ooh.
I know, it's crazy.
Yeah, so I'm looking forward to what's coming up, and so there's nothing to be scared of. It's just to be educated and to know what moves you need to make.
And luckily, with Investors Link, we always got your back. And all the properties that we give you, we have taken into account everything. If it's a property that we see is just really hard for you to purchase cash, we do the numbers based off of a hard money loan. And we go ahead and calculate that. All right, how many months? How much will it take? What's the holding cost? How much do they got to make? Okay, they got to get it for this much. So all the properties we lock up to show you guys, we take all of that into account because we want you guys to make money so that you keep coming back. Because if we don't do that, well, we're not going to be in business that long.
There you go.
1,000 per.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Man, Bridges is on point.
And we're
today.
next level home buyers. We don't buy properties.
We buy
problems.
problems.
Sheesh.
Okay.
All right. One more.